The sky over the Pacific Northwest in May 1945 was a crisp, mocking blue. Thousands of miles away from the crumbling ruins of Berlin and the firebound streets of Tokyo, the war felt like a distant rumor to the people of Oregon. Reverend Archie Mitchell led a group of Sunday school children on a picnic into the high country of Gerhardt Mountain. They were laughing, the kids racing through the tall pines, breathing in the scent of sap and mountain air. It was the kind of peace that felt untouchable. "Look, Reverend, a parachute!" 10-year-old Joan shouted, pointing toward a tree. Archie looked up. Tangled in the branches was a strange, massive balloon made of delicate, translucent paper. It looked like a giant, ghostly jellyfish floating in the forest. It was a fugo, a Japanese fire balloon. Thousands of these had been launched from Japan, carried across the Pacific by the jet stream. They were a desperate, secret weapon, the first intercontinental missiles in history, designed to drift over the American mainland and drop incendiary bombs to set the forests ablaze and cause panic. "Don't touch it, children," Archie yelled, his stomach dropping. But it was too late. The curiosity of a child is faster than the warning of a man. One of the boys reached out to tug on the trailing lines. Boom! The explosion shattered the mountain silence. Archie was thrown backward, the world spinning into a blur of pine needles and smoke. When he scrambled to his feet, his ears ringing and his heart hammering, he realized a terrifying truth. The war hadn't stayed across the ocean. It had followed the wind. The tragedy in Oregon was the only time during World War II that civilians were killed by enemy action on the continental United States. The government, fearing a mass panic, placed a total blackout on the news. They didn't want the Japanese to know the balloons were actually reaching their targets. For weeks, the story remained a secret. Neighbors whispered, and the families mourned in private. But the paper dragons kept coming. Hundreds of them were found in deserts, forests, and even suburbs, silent and deadly, waiting in the grass like sleeping predators. Archie stayed in that town long after the war ended. He became a man of few words, often found staring at the sky on clear days. He knew what the rest of the country was only beginning to learn, that in a world of planes and rockets, the front line was no longer a place on a map. It was everywhere. Years later, a plaque was placed on the mountain. It didn't mention grand strategies or generals. It simply listed the names of 5 children and a woman who had gone for a picnic and accidentally touched the edge of a global war. It was a reminder that even the most fragile things, paper, silk, and wind, could carry the weight of a world on fire.